Well, ladies and gentlemen, Season 15 or Season of the Lost is officially here. Now, I want to be upfront and apologize. This video is a day late. If you're part of my Discord or have been out to the streams, then, well, you know why, and I'm not going to bother wasting your time explaining it now. Nonetheless, if you've been watching the channel for a while now, then you know that every season I like to give a bit of a first look at the new seasonal artifact and what mods you all should be using those precious artifact unlock points on. But real quick, before we get started, if you're new, and only if you enjoy the videos or find them useful, then feel free to subscribe. We've got a lot of new content coming up inside of Destiny 2, and you're not going to want to miss out on the videos here on the channel. Okay, intro done. Let's get into the seasonal artifact mods. So starting us off, if you've never seen one of my artifact mod videos before, I'm going to be going down each column, reading what the mod is, and then letting you know what mod you should be going with in that column. So starting us off with column 1, this is where you're going to find your champion mods. So first up, we have anti-barrier auto rifle. Auto rifles you are wielding fire shield piercing rounds and stun barrier champions. Auto rifles deal bonus damage against barrier champions. Overload bow, damage by fully drawn arrows disrupt combatants, stunning them, delaying ability energy regeneration, and lowering combatant damage output, strong against overload champions. Unstoppable pulse rifle, aiming down pulse rifle sights loads a high impact burst that stuns unshielded combatants, strong against unstoppable champions. Unstoppable sidearm, aiming down sights with any sidearm you are wielding loads a powerful explosive payload that stuns unshielded combatants, strong against unstoppable champions. And finally, we have Disrupting Blade, landing consecutive hits with any sword you are wielding disrupts combatants, stunning them, delaying ability energy regeneration, and lowering combatant damage output, strong against overload champions. So from this column, I'm going to be recommending anti-barrier auto rifle simply because it is the only anti-barrier mod that we have this season in the artifact. Yes, there are weapons like the Lament and Ariana's Vow that have anti-barrier built into them, but those are exotic, so unless you want to use an exotic and have it take up your exotic slot, well then this is going to be essential. The next mod I'm going to be recommending is going to be Overload Bow. Overload Bow is extremely powerful. It takes one fully drawn arrow, and then you're going to be stunning an overload champion. Plus, it can be done from a distance, so if you are doing high level in-game activities like GMs, well, Overload Bow is going to have your back. The next mod I'm going to recommend is going to be Unstoppable Pulse Rifle, essentially for the same reason that I recommended Overload Bow. It can be used at a distance, it's very reliable, and it's very good for high-level in-game activities. And then the final mod that I'm going to be recommending in column 1 is going to be Disrupting Blade. Yes, this mod does require you to get up close and personal, and in something like GMs, that might not be the most smart thing or the most optimal thing to do, but I'm still going to recommend it just because I think with Passive Guard, Disrupting Blade is very good. Now, getting into columns 2 and 3, most of these mods are already in the game, but in columns 2 and 3, you're going to be getting them for a lower energy cost. So for example, Shotgun Dexterity costs 1 energy, but if we actually go and look at Shotgun Dexterity, just the normal mod, it's going to run you 5 energy right here. So yeah, if you're wondering why, you know, hey, this mod's already in the game, why is it in the artifact? It's just because it costs less energy. So starting off in column 2, we have hands-on, gain bonus super energy on melee kills. Shotgun Dexterity, faster ready and stow speeds for shotguns. Sword Scavenger, swords get larger bonus reserves when you pick up ammo. Now this is a big one right here at the bottom. Equipping additional copies of this mod provides no benefit. Starting this season in season 15, using double scavenger mods is completely pointless. Like, yes, you can still technically do it, but it's going to provide no additional benefit, so do not forget about that. Next is Fusion Rifle Loader, increases reload speed of fusion rifles. And the final mod in column 2 is going to be Linear Fusion Rifle Targeting, improved target acquisition accuracy and aim down sight speeds for linear fusion rifles. Now getting into column 3, where our first mod is going to be Auto Rifle Loader, increases reload speed of auto rifles. Shotgun Ammo Finder, increases your chance of finding ammo while you have a shotgun equipped. Passive Guard, receive less damage from combatants that are close to you while you are wielding a sword. Fusion Scavenger, fusion rifles get bonus reserves when picking up ammo used by that fusion rifle. Linear fusion rifles get bonus reserves when picking up ammo used by that linear fusion rifle. And the final mod for column 3 is going to be Sidearm Dexterity, faster ready and stow speeds for sidearms. So now for the perks I'm going to be recommending for columns 2 and 3, well, it really depends on what you want to use. I can't really sit here and recommend what perks to use in these 2 columns simply because a lot of them are based off certain weapons, and if you don't like using those weapons, well then you're not going to see any benefit from getting that mod. Just a few mods that me personally, from the perspective of playing high level in-game activities, I'm going to be picking up Shotgun Ammo Finder for PvE, just because even though double slugging is gone, Shotgun Ammo Finder is still really good because shotguns are still really good. Passive guard, because, well, I love using swords, and I also have disrupting blade, and passive guard makes you a tank when you're dealing damage to bosses or just enemies with a lot of health. And then, sword scavenger, I just mentioned, swords are great. I love swords. I'm not going to be picking up anything else from this column. I might pick up shotgun dexterity for PvP. I can run this with something like Ophidian aspects because, well, quick draw was removed from aggressive frame shotties like Fellwinters and Mindbenders if you still use that. So if you run double shotgun dexterity with something like Ophidian aspects, then you can kind of mimic quick draw to a certain extent. And then if I do end up creating a melee build, well, then I will use hands-on. But like I said, these two columns are extremely dependent on what you use. And now for columns 4 and 5, or what I like to call them, the fun columns. If there's an OP mod this season, or really any OP mod in any season, it's normally in columns 4 and 5. So starting us off with column 4, we have Unstoppable Fusion Rifles. Aiming down fusion rifle or linear fusion rifle sights loads a high impact burst that stuns unshielded combatants, strong against unstoppable champions. Then Withering Heat, which actually doesn't have a description for me, but there will be a screenshot on the screen. Causing damage with a solar ability weakens champions for a short duration. Now I am going to go ahead and say that I do recommend this mod, even though I don't mention it when I'm actually talking about what mods I recommend in just a few seconds. That's just because I'm recording this after the fact. As you saw, I don't have a description for this mod, so I couldn't actually tell what it was. So please forgive me. But yes, I do recommend this mod. Throw a solar nade, throw a solar melee, super the champion. They're going to be taking more damage. So yeah, Withering Heat, definitely pick it up if you do high level in-game activities, GMs, and so forth. Next is Resonant Siphon. Gain stasis ability energy whenever you or a member of your fire team stuns a champion. Thermoclastic Strike. Solar and stasis melee disrupt combatants, stunning them, delaying ability regeneration, and lowering combatant damage output. Strong against overload champions. Refresh your melee ability whenever you or a member of your fire team stuns an overload champion. And the final mod for column 4, Fire and Ice. Defeating a champion spawns a random array of solar and stasis wells. Now, for column 5, starting us off, we have Well of Potency. Picking up a matching elemental well grants you super energy. Next is Pyretic Embrace. Casting a solar super restores you to full health and shields. Thermoclastic Blooming. Defeating a combatant with a solar or stasis melee creates an orb of power. Focusing Lens. Your light abilities do bonus damage to combatants affected by stasis. And the final mod for the seasonal artifact here in Season of the Lost, Particle Deconstruction. Dealing damage to a combatant with a fusion rifle or linear fusion rifle grants bonus damage with a fusion rifle or linear fusion rifle against that combatant for a short duration. This effect stacks up to 5 times. So now the mods that I would recommend for columns 4 and 5, starting us off, Unstoppable Fusion Rifles. Now I know I just said I don't like fusion rifles, but I can't deny that this is a very versatile mod and it affects 2 groups of weapons, linears and normal fusion rifles. So of course, yes, I am going to take this mod and I recommend you take it as well. Next is going to be Focusing Lens. We've had this mod in the past and it's great. You just throw a dust-filled nade on whatever boss you're trying to DPS and then you just unleash a bunch of light supers. So yeah, it's an amazing mod. You should definitely get it. Next is Pyretic Embrace. This is an amazing mod, especially for getting you out of sticky situations. PvP, PvE, you're about to die, pop your super, bam, full health, full shields. All is good, coming to save the day. And then the final mod that I'm going to be recommending is going to be Particle Deconstruction. This mod paired with the Unstoppable Fusion Rifle mod from column 4, I think is going to be great. You're already going to be stunning champions with the Unstoppable Fusion Rifle mod. And then Particle Deconstruction on top of it is going to make those champions take even more damage. And plus it can also be used on bosses. And if you're doing high level in-game activities where, your equipment is locked and you're using fusion rifles or linear fusion rifles to, stun champions, then this mod is going to be great because then you can also use your fusion rifles and linear fusion rifles on the boss and be doing more damage. I'm not going to be recommending any of the well mods simply because I still don't think wells are good. And yeah, nothing else really catches the eye, but that is your seasonal artifact, the Wayfinder's Compass, and the mods that I recommend. Like I said, if I am wrong about any of these mods, please check the pinned comment. I'm pretty spot on with most of these videos 99% of the time, but every now and then, which I don't think has really happened, where I recommend a mod and then it's actually bad. But yeah, just in case, check the pinned comment. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to thunder crash that like button for me, baby. And I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.